episode of Jake and Friends. We're going to fuck around and do some dumb shit. This episode of Jake and Friends, Nick decides he no longer wants to eat food.
Nick's here.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why I said all that.
me, I'm Nick.
We are down at
Spot on.
Performance in Slacks Creek, and Nick's making some very poor financial decisions.
Or very fantastic financial decisions, depending which way you think about it. Box body, as you can see, is on the hoist.
Yeah, as we were going to bring everyone like constant updates on this car, but the reality is we took it here and left it here for a couple of weeks and have done an absolute killer job on it, on what they've been doing. Put a cage in it, a heap of work to the rear end, chute mount, rear wing, seats, under tray, got an under tray.
We've got a belly pan, weight to put on the front.
Oh yeah, just to be clear about that, we got a nice lightweight car and had to add weight to it. There's every possibility this car's not going to be long enough.
So there's a certain number that Danny likes to shoot for in terms of weight distribution from front to back, and that car is heavy towards the middle, towards the back, where I sit. We're going to have an option to put weights to the front to keep the front down, which is what Scott ended up doing with his Corolla.
But Scott made that big old 50 cal round that he welded to the front of it, whereas we've just opted for hockey pucks.
I mean, it helps that my car's also like 12 inches longer in the wheelbase than Scott's is. I think maybe more.
Probably going to end up similar weight too, which is going to be interesting.
Maybe. We're not discussing weights yet. Chris here knocked out a mad cage in it. We painted it burgundy so it matches the roof and looks all nice. It's a fucking killer cage. It's got the boot now, totally different. The boot's completely changed. It's no longer really standard car anymore. You put the boot and it's just...
Oh, the boot's amazing.
It's awesome in there. There's a catch can in there, there's battery in there, there's big fuel cell now for all the street kilometres and for weight distribution if we need it. Well, the Avco shocks are in it, as you can probably see in the camera. The shocks are in. It's got adjustable lower brackets on the diff now. Diff's been rebuilt.
You come in here for a cage.
Yeah, it's leaving like nearly finished, and it's much lower than it was before. It looks so cool. I want to put wheels on, put it on the ground.
The bit that we're up to now is we're going to, once it leaves here, we're going to take it back to Nick's place. We're probably going to wire it in over this weekend and see if we can't get it started. Tail shaft's done. We have to just go and get it, don't we?
We're gonna pick it up from Ipswich.
Yeah. So
thanks to Dolly.
Once that tail shaft's in, it'll get a hoop, which we'll probably slap something really terrible together because the rules are very vague on hoops.
Like the one that you gave away to Paul.
We had this conversation the other day. I had a tail shaft hoop from my car from years ago, but you don't need a hoop when you have a two-piece shaft. So I gave it away to a mate, and he needs it.
And we need it. Yeah. Overall though, the car looks 1,000 times better than it did before. It's going to get a cage, and that was it, really. Maybe mount those shocks in. I mean, now it's going to leave. We've got to finish some wiring, and it's pretty much ready to go to the track. It needs tyres on the back. The tyres on there are just mock-up tyres, so I need to put good tyres on it. Trans coolers in it. Trans lines are done. Like, man, it's nearly done.
We're hoping to be able to get this down to Matty Spry's next weekend. Put
next
on
Saturday.
Dyno, give it a run up, and make sure that everything's actually responding the way it's supposed to. There's no reason why the motor and transmission won't work, seeing as though they both came out of a running car.
And the ECU and most of the wiring.
Everything is still exactly the same. Like, it just got taken straight out of the Lexus, put straight in the Mustang. So in theory it should work, but it's just about getting it to temp, running it through, making sure everything is okay and it's not going to leak.
Things like new radiators and new cooling system, just things like that, just making sure it bleeds right, making sure it just works, because we're aiming for Kenda, which is 5th May.
4 weeks away. It's very close.
Yeah, so people think 4 weeks is a long time. It's not. So
4 weeks is not a long time when you're building a race car. See, because the issue is it's 3.5 weeks of not building a race car, followed by half a week of building a race car. That's where the 4 weeks thing turns.
Yeah, we're trying to be a bit proactive here. It's 4 weeks out in the cars at this point, whereas we're not like a week before it at this point. So
it's actually got brakes for the first time.
It's got brakes.
Well. It hasn't had brakes this whole time, and every time we get it on and off a trailer, we have to get a block of wood, put it in front of the wheel and move it a bit at a time so we don't crash it into the back of my car trying to get it on.
To be fair, I'm the one that bled the brakes, so it might have brakes.
And the push rod did fall out.
It's got a parachute now, so...
Which even then we had to retie a bit.
Actually, yeah, we had to retie a chunk of the parachute. There's every possibility it's going to deploy at random. Andy told me to go and put this camera in front of Danny's face as well. He's actually out at the moment. When he gets back, see if we can corner him and get a couple of words out of the wise man himself. Yeah. He's done all the setup on the rear end in my car. He did the whole rear end in my car, and he's done like 90% of the work on this one.
Yeah,
Chris did a fair bit.
Chris did the cage. Chris did the cage, and Danny did all the rear end stuff.
So he's the guru that we go through when we get our rear end set up.
Yeah, the idea with this car was we're going to try we're using what we've got, but Danny loves his rear ends. He really sort of into his rear ends.
He's a booty man.
He is booty man. He is the Jake and Friends booty man. He looks after both of our rears. Here he is. Speaking of the fucking handsome devil.
You happy with it, Danny?
It's good. I think it'll work. Something will happen.
Oh, I fucking hope so.
It doesn't make much power anyway, so it should be right.
It doesn't make that much power here.
Like, it makes a lot where we come from.
Like we said yesterday, it's going to do a thing.
A thing?
It's going to do a thing. I'm not sure what that thing's going to be yet.
It'll be good. It's going to be a lot better than the other thing.
You reckon? That gives me the tingle in the penis.
I
reckon there's a photo of your car in this exact same spot.
There is. Yeah, in fact, it was my thumbnail for the video that I did.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at that photo like that there, and I'm like, I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah, but last time we seen it, it was silver.
Yeah, it was silver, and it had less carbon.
Shut up.
And it felt heavier.
If anyone would like to buy a Cressida,
Welcome to Fox Body and Friends.
So there she is, locked and loaded, ready to go home, to get unloaded, and hopefully we'll try and get it running this weekend. A couple little tiny bits and pieces to do, nothing too major, so we'll see how we go. So leave a comment, you want to see the rest of this video and see this car actually get out there and do a pass hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to it, we'll see you then.